March 11, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time morning. I put out this video here, the part 1 of the incoming wave. This is where I left off yesterday. Basically saying a black hole all of a sudden made a turn and is looking directly at us. And this was reported last year, I think it was. I have a link to the video down below right here. This one right here. It'll have the sound. Now continuing with part 2, and I'm gonna make this probably part 3 because I want to keep them short. That black hole is located in the Hydra constellation. The snake. Y'all know about the Hydra, like the Avengers. They're fighting the Hydra in the southern hemisphere. Well, you could. This is from Growth from X AI generated this for me, and I could go on and on and on. That's where I did some studies about the March to May. And there is some other information there, but everybody knows, not everybody that studies the stars constellation knows about the Hydra. It's the opposite of Leo, the good, the holy. Now I'm going to show you something. On February 22nd, this was posted, and I'll translate it. Basically, in Turkey, this was observed. Put the volume up. Now look at the patterns. It looked like squares, right? Some sort of, they're saying it's probably UFO related and all that. But what if, I got a theory, I got an idea, I got a thought. What if it's not? See the square pattern? Perfect squares, like some sort of frequency, some sort of harmonic, some sort of wave. Okay, we already know that looking at the Leo constellation about the waves. Now remember the date. Now this here was February 26th. This is from Spaceweather right here. This is from Colorado, West Elk Mountains. And he basically says here, he's looking towards the southern horizon. Southern horizon is where you have the constellation Hydra, where it's visible the most. If you look closely, it looks like squares also coming in from space. See, I can't freeze it. Well, you could freeze it now that I made the video because it doesn't have a freeze button. You clearly see almost a similar pattern from the sky, the clouds, of square type pattern waves. Credit to this gentleman here for this fantastic image. Now I'm on X. I asked Groot, I know that's not the right name, I'm just using I Am Groot, it's a comedy. But I asked it, there is a black hole in outer space that was reported a year or two ago about turning direction and now facing Earth. Do you know anything about that? Responded yes, and it shifted its orientation. Now jets now pointing towards Earth, and it goes on the phenomenon, and it's a supernova, blah blah blah. 2023 astronomers observed this galaxy basically turning. Now it's facing us. In what star constellation would that be in? The black hole is in the constellation Hydra right here. Coming out of Hydra is one of the largest constellations in the night sky, visibly primary in the southern hemisphere, but also observable from parts of the northern hemisphere during certain times of the year, particularly in spring, which we're entering right now. This is today from NOAA. This is our magnetic sphere data. It runs 4 hours and it deletes itself. So currently what I'm looking at, I'm looking for a weird pattern because the solar winds blows this way. So our shields should be, the wind's gonna blow, backwards, right? So it's off the scale right now. I don't know if there's a solar storm going on. Let me check. Well, according to this, it's quiet. There's no solar storm, and the speed is not that high. Now it's 600, 700, 800, and then we got a storm. And there's no X class, so there's no data about any solar storms. Nope. We have a little disruption right here, but as far as anything major, I don't see anything. Unless you guys see something I don't see nothing. But getting back to this, apparently this is something that you will see in a solar storm. Now we're looking at the patterns. Seems like the night side. Okay, now right there. Did you see that? How the shields would suck backwards. How can I describe it? It was like a vacuum cleaner turned on or something. See, right? When was it? Put it right there. See, our night side, apparently our shields are very weak on the night side. See, the night and the day. So we're getting a lot of pressure from the back side. But towards the back, you can see that it's weaker. But right here, see how it sucks it back? Look at the back side. It's like no shields at all. Okay, there's the blast. And it goes back. Or it disperses. That's intense. But let me go back to the waves. But you know what? I'm going to leave it right here. This is part 2. Just a recap. We have waves. Remember water, plasma, energy, waves, frequency, I could go on and down the list. We have one constellation showing where the comets have outbursts, which is outburst after outburst in the Leo constellation by Regulus. We have photo evidence there, and now we have data that shows on the opposite side the Hydra, the snake. Basically, we're having a war between good and evil. The good is shining, and they're both clashing together right now, if that makes any sense. So let me back off and come back with the part 3 and finish the series off. The blood moon is coming up.